Hi again. This is Paul Wilson with what am I with? I am with the productive group Compass Point Consulting and Compass Point. Well, we figured out the name. I just forgot that Compass Point. Anyway, I am a leader and leader coach, and I've been discussing the 16 secrets of ultra productive people as created by Rob Dance. Rob's website is robdance.com, robdance.com. He's the one that created this list of ultra productive people secrets to productivity. A previous session we had, we talked about the first eight. Those are they delegate hard, they protect their flow, they are epic note takers, they follow the 80-20 rule, they touch things only once, they leave work on time, they learn from every mistake, and they focus on energy, not time. Those are the first eight. And right now we're going to be talking about the second eight. These are incredibly important. If you are a producer, you need to remember these things. In fact, you already know these things. These are just a reminder to you. I get that, but just a gentle reminder to nudge you to say, oh, maybe I'm doing something a little bit wasting of time, or I could be doing something better. Here they are. Number 9, they avoid meeting at all costs. Don't hold meetings. If you have to keep them, keep them short. Stand-up meetings are the best. I heard somebody talking the other day about uh, a leader, and I can't remember the context of it, but the leader said, "This is a meeting, and this is what we're going to be covering. If you don't have any interest in this or any input, you're welcome to leave." Just don't waste people's time with meetings, especially if it doesn't involve their area of expertise. You know, the best meetings of all time are one-on-ones anyway. That those meetings are very, very important and very fruitful. But anyway, avoid meetings at all costs. We're talking about meetings, 3 or 4 or 5 employees or colleagues or teammates, whatever it is. If you don't need them, don't have them. Number 10, ultra produced ultra productive people focus on minutes, not hours. There's 1,440 minutes in every day. Invest every one of them intentionally. Be focused. Be laser-like focused. What are you going to be doing in the next 10 minutes? What are you going to be in the next 20 minutes? Whatever it is, be focused. Number 11, they say no to almost everything. Every yes is actually a no to something else. Say no to everything unless you have a great reason to say yes. One of my favorite authors and leaders is Brian Covey, Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy says this: only say yes to those things of high value to your life and to your time. So if whatever you're saying yes to is not of high value to your life and to your time, say no. Because when you say no, you're also saying yes, just like Randy says or Rob says. Man, I'm getting my names mixed up here. Sorry for that. I'm an old guy. So there you go. So number 9, 10, 11 so far, they avoid meetings. They focus on minutes, not hours, and they say no to almost everything. Number 12, they use the first 2 hours wisely. Figure out what's important and work on this in the first 2 hours each morning. As soon as you open your email or check your voicemail, you're working on somebody else's priorities, not your own. So I think that's good advice. My mentor, Larry Kendall, says that you need to start your work in your business, not somebody else's business. So don't do emails right away. They distract you greatly. And in fact, if it's really important, they're probably going to be calling you anyway, or maybe texting you. So have emails uh, as a lower priority, and maybe texting is a lower priority also, unless you're in a business where Timeliness is important. Real estate is a probably good example. But most businesses, they can wait 2 hours for something. Number 13, they have a consistent morning ritual. There's a book out called The Miracle Morning. I really recommend that book highly. It basically sets out some steps to take in terms of your morning routine. Have the same morning routine every day, every day, every day to get you going. It's meditation, it's quietness, it's journaling, it's exercise. There's a lot of things you can do in the morning to get you going. And if you got that same routine going every day, it'll help you build momentum for the day, every day, every day. Have a consistent morning ritual. It really is important to do that. And I highly recommend that. And again, that book is The Miracle Morning. Number 13, number 14, they deliberately embrace imperfections. By allowing for imperfections, you can focus on progress rather than perfection, which can prevent procrastination and stress. Good idea. So sometimes good enough is good enough. Unless you're trying to do something that's absolutely mandated to be perfect in every way, just realize that that good and really good and really, really, really good is probably good enough. Number 15, they switch between tasks to preserve energy. Deliberately switch between creative, analytical, admin, physical, and reflexive tasks to help reduce mental fatigue and maintain productivity. Maintaining productivity is really important for these ultra productive people. So you go from one thing to another and have a variety so that you don't get brain fog doing one thing too much. But while we're talking about that, switching tasks, have a task list and also have a time blocking program. Pomodoro is another guy that came up with a really cool program, and this is a clock that is very, very good in terms of figuring out how to do a Pomodoro. He calls it the Pomodoro technique of using the hour in 25-minute, 5-minute, 25-minute, 5-minute increments. That is to say, do work for 25 minutes, break for 5, and do another 25, and then do another 5 minutes of break. You could do that, or you can do a 50-minute block and then take a 10-minute break. But it's just like you don't need to work for 8 hours straight. You need to have breaks, mental, physical. You're going to have to go to the potty every once in a while. So it's really important to do that. And finally, number 16, they refocus priorities more than once a week. And I would say that ultra productive people focus their priorities on occasion more than once a day, depending upon what's going on and what urgency comes up. Sometimes those are happening, you know. They look at goals and objectives for the week and ensure they're making progress. And if they aren't, they need to change things up. And while we're on the subject of goals, let me just say this one thing real quickly. My real estate coach, Andy Kahns from South Dakota, told me one time that he doesn't believe in goals. And I said, tell me more about that. He said, well, goals are okay to have. But what's really important in the process of having goals is not the goals, but the commitments to the activities that will achieve our goals. So having goals is just the first step. Figuring out where you want to go in terms of your business is very important. I think the vision, we've talked about vision before, but if you have a goal, that's the first step. And then the next step is to commit to that goal by creating a series of steps, and then by committed to the process to get to the end goal. Goals are important, yes. The commitments to those goals and the steps it takes are what's really important. So thanks for being with me on this second part of this secrets of highly ultra productive people. Those 16 secrets are: they delegate hard, they protect their flow, they are epic note takers, they follow the 80-20 rule. They touch things only once, they leave work on time, they learn from every mistake, and they focus on energy, not time. They avoid meetings at all costs. They focus on minutes, not hours. They say no to almost everything. They use the first 2 hours wisely. They have a consistent morning ritual. They deliberately embrace imperfections. They switch between tasks to preserve energy. And finally, ultra productive people focus priorities, refocus their priorities more than once a week. That's it. That's a great summary of what ultra productive people do. I hope this has been helpful for you. It's been helpful for me. And my reminder, I'm glad to be here with you. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at 505 252 1224 or email me at paul@wilsonabq.com, or you can go to the website at ubyob.com. It's youbyob.com, or beyourownboss.com. Same place. I hope this has been helpful. God bless you. We'll look forward to talking to you hopefully in the near future. Have a great day, have a great life, and be ultra productive today. Yeah. Woo! I don't have any more words to say.